All right, so look, I'm here today to tell you a little bit about robotics. And right now robotics is the future. A lot of jobs in Australia will be created for robots, in robotics, coding, and so on. So at Beaconhills, we got interested in that even last year and bought this little robot called Cosmo. And Cosmo is a fully functional robot that has artificial intelligence. It was developed by a company called Anki, which is an American startup company. And you can basically install the software on your phone, install the software on your iPad, and you can basically use block codes, which some of you are familiar with, and you can get little Cosmo to do things, run around and so on, recognize you and so on. What's cool about this little robot is that not only does it respond to apps on a phone or on an iPad or on a computer, it actually is much more than a toy that get it to run around and do things, but in fact it can be programmed. And for those who are more serious about programming, for example year 10, 11, and 12, they can learn how to program using software such as Python. And so you can get the software development kit from Anki, you can download from their site, and you can go ahead and start programming this fellow. And so basically you can start from a very young age and get into more serious coding. Your name, whatever. What? Here at the college, we use enterprise level networking equipment. So for example, behind me here, there's a series of routers, and we have about 15 routers and 15 switches. Now, what this lab does is actually simulate a global network. So for example, if you're going to get to Facebook in California, you need to go through a series of networking equipment in the cloud. And these are particularly high-end routers. So basically what students do in this course is to understand how to configure networking equipment, how data can travel from one part of a network to another. And this gives an opportunity for students to understand IP addressing, which is Internet Protocol, which allows data packets, our movies, everything we exchange on the World Wide Web to travel from one computing or networked device to another. So students have an opportunity to learn how to configure both the PC, the switches, and the routers.
I think that software development is a really fun and creative subject. Some of the things that we do in software development is you can develop things such as games, utilities, web apps, websites, and all kinds of different things. It's a subject that encourages you to be creative and to solve problems.
Hi, I'm Michael, and I created this program for Software Unit 3 and 4. The program I decided to make is a medical program which handles patient data and contains functions which would benefit the staff using it. So firstly, we got the patient database, which contains all the patient information, and staff are able to add new records or delete records. Second function we got is the schedule fee, which allows staff to see the cost relative to what the patient needs. We got some general medical documents, and we can print out the medical questionnaire, and we can create a referral to a different doctor or dentist. We can also generate a medical certificate for a patient if they need it for work or school. And that's pretty much what my program can do. Thank you for listening.
So this is the game that I made called Fight or Flight Survive. I made this game in software development. It was made in Unity 3D engine, and pretty much it is a first-person shooter game where you have to try to survive for as long as possible. There's many different weapons, so like the assault rifle, the pistol, and you can also punch your enemies. There's also explosives like rocket launchers and grenades.
Really, there's no limit when it comes to software development. You can make really, really big projects. I've made one for the staff at the school as well as the students. It's a timetabling app, so it's got class timetable, yard duty and extras all in the one timetable, notifications for extras, that sort of thing. So, and I thought that the reason I thought of this is because I thought at the moment, you know, in the morning staff need to check their timetable, their extras, their yard duty, if they've got detention duty, all that sort of thing. And it's just, why not try and make some software that just reads the data and displays it into one format that is really easy to read and that is color coded, that you can edit in Word, that you can print off, so that you don't have to spend extra time looking for those things separately every single morning.
In grade 3 and 4, we've been learning about how to code. I'm currently learning about how to debug with Scrap. We've got a line of code that's set for us, and we have to try and figure out what's wrong with the line of code.
So what I like about coding is like how it's problem solving and how you get to do stuff.
What I love about coding is that you can make the little character do whatever you want it to do. It's not some game saying, you do this, you do this. At the moment, I'm working on programming an artist to do certain drawings. I like coding because it's a great opportunity for me to learn new things.
So in coding you can do different angles like obtuse, right angles, acute and straight. And you can even do revolutions.
I think coding is so important because in the future a lot of the jobs are going to have coding in it.